All right, so program review time. I am going to talk about Carter's squats today. Most of you probably don't know Carter, so he competed 12 weeks ago. During his prep, we had a bit of a back tweak that we attributed to some excessive anterior pelvic tilt, maybe some potential core weakness coming out of the bottom of the squat. So, two biggest things we've been doing to address it are obviously going to be his exercise selection for his primary and secondary squat days, and then adding in a little bit more direct core work that we didn't have as much of in his meet prep. So, let's talk about this primary squat day first. All right, so we're running SSB. I like this bar, especially with that tempo on a top set that you can see here. So single here, 3 count eccentric. I really like this for Carter because it really forces him to be a lot more patient than I think he likes to be. And it's going to really challenge his core to maintain that stack all the way down through the bottom of his squat. I do pull the tempo out when he's doing his back downs just to keep that load a little bit higher since it is our primary squat day. And then also partially to keep that fatigue a little bit lower so we can squeeze in a 3x4 versus like a 2x4. Carter's pretty sensitive to lower volume, so I really like getting rid of that tempo for a couple different reasons there. Let's talk about his secondary day real quick here. So nothing too crazy. We do have a paused comp squat, so Carter isn't very comfortable in the bottom of his squats, which is kind of magnified by that weakness that we're trying to work on with SSB. So this paused comp squat is pretty much perfect for him. Kind of forces him to get a little bit more comfortable in the bottom. We are doing a 5-5 AMRAP, so we have a plus set here just to kind of monitor his fatigue, and then see how ready we are for our weekly jumps. So we'll zoom out here and talk about accessories for a second. Like I mentioned, Carter's pretty sensitive to that lower body volume. So if you kind of look around for his accessories, really see his biggest squat ones are only going to come from 2 sets on the hack squat. We have a top set back down, and then same thing over here, 2 sets on a banded reverse lunge. So that band is going to challenge his internal rotation by attempting to pull his knee in, potentially expose a little bit of weakness that I think he has in some abductors, glute med. 'Cause he does have a little bit of a hip shift. If you watch it squat, he'll kind of go. So I typically am not super worried about a hip shift. I don't think it really causes him to fail, but it's never a bad idea to be exposing and challenging your weaknesses when possible. And then a little bit more in depth on the core stuff. So we've got some decline bench hollow body holds. So you got here 4 sets, 8 seconds each. Right now, loading those up with a 45-pound plate, which is pretty considerable because when we started, I think these were just body weight. So a lot of improvement there. We've been running these for what is this, week 10? So 10 weeks, just pushing those same accessories. I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up is they think they have to be changing the exercises every week or every 4 weeks. If you can progress an accessory past 4 weeks, you know you're getting better at that. So same thing over here, decline bench banded sit-ups. So this is what I picked up from Dr. Seth Albertsworth, the GOAT. Just 3 sets. You can see he did 10 reps here. So we kind of try to progress reps or progress band when we can. And then some side bends in here just to make sure we're not really neglecting those obliques. So that's pretty much everything I'm doing for Carter squats right now. I'm pretty excited to see how it turns out as this next block. We're going to be moving that comp squat back into its primary spot where it likes to be. So we'll be saying goodbye to this tempo SSB, and I'm really excited to see what happens.